What's up, guys? Andrea here, and you were never gonna guess. We're gonna do a Project Life album flip through. I know, it's been crazy. I have not been keeping up with that. It's time consuming to show you all this stuff, and because so much of this stuff is design team stuff, that it's a timing issue of when I can share things with you. So I tend to let it go a while before I share. So I just realized that it's been week 29 was the last time I shared, which is nuts because we're now at the end of the year. So I figured, let me get a video done flipping through what I've done so far of the year. And then when I finish up 2015, then I'll do another one. So I think that's fair and easy enough because I've got about 10 weeks that I can show you here. So just keep in mind, I'm on Gossamer Blue design team, so 90% of the products that I use in these layouts are going to be from one of their kits. So and you will most likely recognize the other stuff that I use because I still have some of the Becky Higgins core kits that I go through. Like this layout in particular, I kind of dug back into my Kiwi kit and decided to use those because I had some reds and then some black. And I, when I put together a page, my first thing is I decide on colors based on the photos. So when I think of pinks and blacks and reds and those kind of bright, bold colors, I think of Kiwi because that's just the color scheme that it is. So this one I made out of some smaller pages. This one was an F. Actually, they're both F, and I trimmed the outer 3x4s off. And I made it real simple as far as just mixing color around, and then I just made a list and kind of, instead of journaling or doing little labels and stuff on each card, I just did an overview of kind of all the little things that we did during that week. And sometimes it's just an easy way to go. And plus, the Kiwi kit's pretty busy. So I was already feeling like the photos were busy, and I really just didn't want to do a bunch of embellishing. So did a little journaling, some stamp stuff, and called it done. And the end of that week was some pool stuff at my in-laws. So I used these really fun summery colors. I am like just fresh out of filming my December daily album, so going through these summer pages is actually kind of fun. So I just used some fresh colors that blended with the pool color and the yellow, and kind of went off of my shorts in a way to kind of pull the color around. And then this layout is the bicycle that we bought for my son's 14th birthday, and this was a Gossamer Blue layout, and it was just so perfect that there was just the perfect stuff for his. I loved this so awesome card. And then this is a stamp. It's a free digi stamp from Persnickety Prints. If you want to pick it up, it's still available on their website. And then just some simple journaling, and I cut some circles out of some of the paper from that kit. And then on the other side of that is on his birthday, his friend came over and they hung out all day, and his friend is a lot more advanced playing guitar, and he actually hadn't even taken but just a couple of lessons. And so I did this Miranda Lambert song. What her song is I've got this old guitar and a brand new set of strings, and the present that Kayla brought over for Gibson was a new set of strings for his acoustic guitar. So that was kind of a fun layout to do. And then another real small layout of him doing foot jams is the term, I think, where you go forward on your bike and then you stick your foot onto the tire so that it stops and your back wheel comes up. So I captured his face when he didn't go perfectly straight. He kind of leaned to the side, and it was just a real funny photo. And then he did let me take some pictures of him for his birthday. A little handsome guy. And then Marshall went through a wearing underwear only phase, and that month was just so perfect because Gossamer Blue had actually put out this card, which I couldn't even believe. It's as if Tracy came into my house and then made this card for me because it's so perfect for that phase that Marshall was in. So of course I did a little layout. And then we got to see Huey Lewis in the News again. This is our second time seeing him, and he's just been one of my absolute favorite artists since I was 7. I know every song, I know all the words to his songs, and it's really fun to be able to see him at a local venue. And so this is my father-in-law, Matt's dad, and he and Matt's stepmom took us, and then there's Matt and I, and that is it there. And then this was week 32, and just a lot going on. It was a really busy page. I used a lot of different colors, a lot of older supplies, just a lot of random stuff. I did not do this for any design team, so I really just used anything I wanted, which was really fun. It was also Gibson's actual birthday week, and so I gave him his, Matt brought him to my office so I could give him his birth minute kiss at 9:20 in the morning, and then just kind of all the rest of the stuff that happened that week. And then I put all of his birthday cards in just an 8.5 by 11 page protector so that they're there. And what else about this? Gosh, really old stuff. Like this TV was a silhouette cutout from when my friend Christy first got her silhouette, and she sent me just this giant package of silhouette cutout stuff, and I just am using that television. So okay, so these are probably layouts that you've seen if you follow me on Instagram. These are Gossamer Blue kits for August or September, August. Our kids start school in August, so I get kind of all the school stuff happens for us super early. But there is a process video for these layouts on my YouTube channel as well, and then some more layouts. So okay, so this one was Marshall and I's outing, and then this one is Gibson and I's outing and getting his schedule and stuff at school, and then just some extras of Marshall's first day. I didn't obviously take Gibson to his first day of school, so I'm getting in as much as I can. And then just a little note that his teachers wrote and gave each kid with a little, like a little gift, kind of a goodie bag, which was really sweet. And then something that he completed at school in his first week, and used some, oh, this is, okay, so that was, this must have all been week 33. It's kind of hard when you've got like these big events like school starting. So I think that may have all been still week, oh, let me see. Yeah, all that's week 33 because they started school on the 11th. So I just am titling this because it's not school related. So this is kind of all the other non-school related things that we did on that week. Back to work, back to school, back to a normal routine at home, back to homework, back to school stuff, back to the grind. So I usually take off several days between Gibson's birthday and them starting school. And so it's always hard. It's always hard to go back. But anyway, just a few things. And I dug into the coral and azure. I haven't used those kits in a long time because they're kind of like a dingy kind of creamy color, and I typically would prefer to use white backgrounds, and but they fit with the green and the red, and it was great to kind of dig in and use some older stuff. This is also a layout I did for Gossamer Blue, and it's using the My Story collection. I think this is in my mind's eye. I forget the manufacturers after I get so far away from it, but this was just a layout that I created for the design team for them. I bought some 12 by 12 protectors, but it hasn't made it in there. And this whole next one here, this whole next section is my week in the life, which I've already done a walkthrough of those. So I'm going to skip right through them. And then this is a layout that was of my husband and his, for a movie that he produced and filmed in our house last fall. And they submitted to a bunch of film festivals, and this was the first festival that picked up the movie. And they played the trailer, and it was down in LA. So he and the girls that acted in it and their parents and the other gentleman that acted in it went down, and my son, both my kids were in it, but they decided that they didn't want to go, which is fine. And so anyway, Matt just kind of was on his own with the rest of the crew that day, and I documented that because he was cool enough to take pictures. So another layout here that's just kind of an exposed, I'm not going to be putting this in a page protector, and this is just a layout that I like. I like to do grid stuff a lot, so even when I have like this whole full open page and I'm not confined to the pockets, I still like things to be kind of orderly and neat. So this was a really fun page to do because this photo was just super fun, and I grabbed all these different colors and words that kind of reflected how I felt about that layout, that photo. And then the other side of that is another layout that I did for Gossamer Blue, which has a lot of golds and reds, and I hadn't scrapped these pictures yet, so I thought it was a really fun way to document the dress. It was just a regular black dress, but dressing it up in different ways, and I just always loved this quote, and I thought it was a perfect way to document that. And then here I have, ooh, the sun is creeping in. I'm gonna scooch back. Okay, so this is week 35, and I've started to use a different location for my weekly title card. Forever and ever and ever since I started doing this project, it was always like top left corner. And I started getting a little bored with that format, and I started seeing other people using them like in the middle, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so random and awesome. I need to do that. So this has an entire process video on my YouTube channel as well, and I had so much fun with this layout. This is just one of my favorites. And week 36 has all these bright blue colors. I loved opening up this month's kit. I think this was October or November. October. I cannot remember. Boy, because we do things in advance so much. But I also have a process video for this layout, and I like this layout because I have boys, and so blue shows up so much in our photos, and so to have all of these different bright blues to be able to work with was really, really, really fun. And I still loved that there's still some pink and a bit of a feminine touch to them because, you know, obviously I'm in them, and we've got Charlie, and she's a girl, and when you see her photos of her, she's sometimes got her pink harness on, and so it's nice to be able to still have some boyish colors and not make it feel like overly masculine, because it's still, you know, everybody, we're still a family even though they're all boys. Another thing too that I had been hanging on to for a while, which ended up perfect in this album, is this Tony Hawk tag. So that was kind of fun to finally use. Okay, and this, we're finally in September here, I think. What dates are these? Yeah, so we kind of went over into September. Week 36 had August and September in it. So September has some more muted colors. These are colors I'm not used to using, but it really worked out well with the photos that I had this month, or this week, because like Gibson has this kind of greenish blue shirt on, and then I've got these sunset photos, and the oranges, peaches, pinks, they really worked for this set of photos. And oh, I had this little tiny bag came with one of them, and so I put some concert tickets. So we went and saw a local show, and I just put them in there so that you know, you can, if you wanted, you could pull them out and look at what they are, but I didn't necessarily want to show off the whole ticket. That wasn't what the most important part of it was. So I kind of liked the idea of using that. And let's see, week 37. This was a difficult page for me, and I remember just struggling with it, but I remember also being just fine with how it turned out. It's not like I wanted to change stuff. It's just some of the layouts don't come together as easily. So I just recall this one being, I think it stayed on my desk for a week. I started it like I was probably over thinking it, and I think that maybe I was kind of at the end of my creativity for that weekend, and so that just happens sometimes. Week 38, just again some kind of random colors, but I usually like to just take, the Gossamer Blue kids are really good at having a few cards that basically pull all the colors in for the kit, and this was definitely one of them that I liked, because I could pull so many colors from it. And so again, just kind of a hodgepodge of photos that have a lot of different colors in them. But so I tried to, like, you know, he's got a green shirt on. This is one of Marshall's friends, and so I used a green star over here, and then kind of pulled some of the green from this apple page. And so it's, you know, it's a mix of lots of different things, but I felt like it turned out really, really fun. I did have a lot of fun with this layout. All right, next, week 39. Week 39 was really fun. This was, I was kind of kicking butt this day on layouts and just had a lot of fun with this one. So let me actually take these out because it was meant to be these two side by side, even though they're kind of, this is just one event, so they can be separate, but they were designed together because there's the pinks and browns that run in and out. But these I will show you are the other layouts that I did in between, because they kind of all happened within the same week. So random things. This was, I was missing Marshall. I was home, and I was home and unusually home while Marshall wasn't home, and it was just weird. I kind of walked by the front door and saw his backpack wasn't there, and it just felt so weird because his backpack's always there, because if he's home, I'm home. So and then so I did a one little layout because I had this really cute Starbucks gift card that was very fall, and it had finally started turning cold for us. We did not get fall until we got winter, basically. And so for this layout, I had a photo, and I printed it in both sizes because I just sometimes print them in two different sizes so that I can have some variety, and depending on where it's going to fit with my layout. And I decided that I actually had them sitting on top of each other. I thought, oh my gosh, what if I just lifted one up with some foam tape and see what that looks like? And I liked it. I had never done that before. So, and then on the other side, I just have held on to this little saying and just made something for the opposite page. And then I did this layout for me and my mama. So this was her first time traveling after she had her stroke. So it had been 6 months, and the trip was a bit hard on her. It wore her out. It really did. So they didn't come for Christmas, but I was really happy to be able to spend the time with them for the couple days that they were here. And then the opposite side is the receipt for the guitar, the electric guitar and amplifier that my dad bought for Gibson while they were here. And then this is the spread that I did about their visit. And this was kind of hard and difficult to manage. I had already done this page, so I had to use this page format. And so, but I had this 4x6 of the three of us, and trying to fit it so where our faces weren't super cut off was kind of challenging, but it ended up working out where I just took one 3x4 and just made it fit over here so that our faces were in the right places for the cuts. So, and this one was just fun because I got to use some more muted colors. My mom loves pink, so this was a really, really nice visit, and I'm glad that they were able to make it down and we could spend some time with them. So this is the last full week that I've completed, and then I have some couple extra layouts. So this one is kind of a mix of October, the first little bit of October, and finally got to use this wood veneer. It had not been sweater weather at all, and this, I feel like this layout did not come easy either. This is one of those that the colors were kind of random in the photos, and I just couldn't get things to just fall into place. And I felt like a lot of things were busy and I was pulling too much color, so I probably redid this several times before I made my final adjustments. And honestly, the two pages are not really meant to be together because they just didn't work out that way. But I was challenged with this one. I definitely was. And then by the time you see this, it'll be already January, and these are some items from the January kit. Oh no, these are December. Are these December? See? I'm doing it again. This is January. So these gorgeous letters, these alpha letters, are so cute. And this is just one layout that I did for this picture of Charlie, and I loved this saying, "I can't go back to yesterday," because I was an entirely different person then, from Alice in Wonderland. And I kind of feel that way about Charlie. I was never a dog person, and then we just got her on a whim, and I do feel like, kind of just like having kids, it's like you're just never the same person after you have a kid, and I think it's similar with a little pup. And then this is another one of the kind of random layouts that I like to do with embellishments. It just makes it really fun to use a bunch of different colors and different things that may not tell a story, but they do in a, you know, hodgepodge kind of way. So anyway, hey, 10 weeks. I think we kind of flew through that. If you have questions or you know, any questions on how I did something, a technique, or anything about supplies, where you can find stuff, just let me know. You can comment, you can make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. I hope that you're still liking the flip-throughs. It's difficult sometimes to do a lot of process videos because they take time, and I always feel a little camera shy when I'm creating and there's a camera on me. So, but you can see more videos from me on the Illustrated Faith YouTube channel. There's new videos from our video design team every single Monday. Sometimes there's two on Mondays. So subscribe to them, and also just make sure that you're letting me know if you have questions, if you want to chat about anything. You can also catch me on Instagram, and I'm not really doing Facebook much for my fan page, so Instagram is the place that I'm at most of the time. And anyway, Happy New Year. It's going to be maybe 2016 by the time you see this. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it edited, but my goal for 2016 is to continue doing some process videos here and there for my design teams, and also keeping you guys up to date on my family album. So hoping to keep that going, and hope you guys still like them. Talk to you guys real soon. Bye!